check. 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up. Then it bust it open, lift it up. Yeah, come on, lift it up. Then it bust it open for your B-O-Y. Then it for your rockin' for your lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bust or not.
Come on, blaze up. You know.
Drop me a nasty beat.
Hello, happy Saturday. I hope y'all doing well. Come on in, get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate each and every one of you, especially the replay gang. I hope y'all are doing well. Y'all already know why we here. You already seen the doggone the thumbnail and the title. You already know what it is. And you know, it's unfortunate that we had to find out like this, but all lies are going to be exposed and they are being exposed. So we're going to get into what we all here for, which is Blueface finally admits Chrisean Jr. is not his baby. And not only did he admit that Chrisean Jr. doesn't belong to him, he literally admitted Chrisean Jr. belongs to Ronny. And I've been saying this with a few other people, not a lot. I can count on one hand that I know of. But myself and maybe a couple of other people have been saying this for the longest. Y'all, that's not that boy Blueface's baby. We've been saying, y'all, that is Ronny's baby. We were following the journey with Ronny. We were following the whole pregnancy with Chrisean. People who were here were trying to tell you that. But Chrisean and her rockheads were making do, telling everybody else that these are lies and that Blueface is definitely the father. I also told you guys that it didn't matter that they seemingly took a DNA test online, or I'm sorry, on the show, because that is TV. It is not real, it's reality. I remember I said that because I was there when I said it. And then I heard some of the rockheads and maybe a couple of other skeptics was like, well, no, Vu, that doesn't make sense because we saw the papers and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What is the whole point in this? Chrisean Jr. is the only one who have been losing at all of this. Karlissa uses this baby for clout. Chrisean, his own mama, used him for clout. His stepdaddy, play daddy, TV daddy, internet daddy, Blueface used him for clout. Hell, even Stewie uses him for clout. Everybody uses this baby for clout, and he the only one taking a loss. And this is the worst part. Unfortunately, somebody lost their life. Ronny, rest in peace, Ronnie Doe. But unfortunately, somebody lost their life because people wanted to play internet games. But you know what? God said hi. Yes, he do. And he looked low. And this is why we are here. Now, I told y'all, I said, hey, y'all, if Blueface were to ever cut that cord between him and Junior, it literally put a whole, cut in her whole, image. Because remember, Chrisean's whole attachment to this internet is Blueface and the baby, okay? If she didn't have the baby or Blueface, we wouldn't care that she's boxing. But honestly, she has come out and told us, and Blueface is another. I'm going to get on him. I'm going to get on that checker face bastard. He is another one who had played the game for how long, making it seem like that baby was his, and he knew it wasn't. Not only him, Karlissa. I told y'all about Karlissa. I said, Karlissa don't care about that baby. I know what I said. I was there when I said it. Karlissa, every time you turn around, she bringing him up to go viral, or she bringing him up to look relevant, but she didn't even want to take the baby when it was at the courthouse. No Blueface real daddy, Jonathan Sr. These people are evil, all of them. And I'm going to drag them all to hell. But I'm saying all that to say it is unfortunate that we had to find out like this, but we found out. Now, I know some of the rockheads are still going to go run around swearing to God. Blueface is lying. I've already heard it. Oh, but Blueface is lying. He's just trying to chase clout. And he is trying to chase clout. But he ain't lying about this. Two things can be true at the same time. So we're going to get into it. Y'all come on in, get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. And before we get into it, I know they got rockheads in the building. Y'all know how I feel about y'all. I hate you bitches. You already know. But come on in, be quiet, be respectful. Like the video, sluts, and subscribe to the channel. And now I know you're going to come in here anyway. I don't know. I don't have no way to say for sure that you liking or subscribing to the channel. But I will say this, slut. I'm glad you here to hear from my mouth. And I'm going to say it like this. I told you bitches that baby did not belong to Blueface, and y'all windmill with your heads down and your wigs off. And now Blueface done already came out and said what it was. I just want to say I told y'all niggas. Yes, I did. Mm-hmm.
I told y'all niggas. I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was swearing, but I told y'all niggas.
And did. And did. You should be humble when you write. No, not. Matter of fact, because when I be trying to tell y'all stuff and y'all don't believe me, I'm gonna run it back again.
I told y'all niggas. I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was swearing, but I told y'all niggas.
And it is what it is. So y'all come on in, get the likes up on the video. We got Karlissa. She's jumping in it. We got Ronnie Doe's alleged sister. I think that's his sister. She's jumping in it. She said the family been watching everything. Shout out to Ronnie Doe and his family. Shout out to the family of Ronnie Doe. Rest in peace. My condolences go out to all of them. She said they've been watching and paying attention, and God sit high and look low. And yes, he does. You know how I know? I talk to him every day. You get it? So we gonna get into it, y'all. Come on in and get the likes up on the video. Let me read a couple of these super chats before we jump out the window. Okay. Goldie Cadell, thank you so much for becoming a new member. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, beautiful. And what you cooking? Thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, boo-boo. I just got done with the catering, sitting in traffic, listening to you. Love you down. And I love your bag, boo. You got to know it. Shout out to everybody who at work got me down to the earbuds and all of that, even on the replay game. Shout out to everybody. Y'all make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hype it if you can. I don't know when they let you hype or whatever, but hype the video if you can. Also, shameless plug, but I'm going to do it. Can one of my minds, you already did it. Y'all are so great. I am going to also give you a shameless plug. I have a new line called BAVE. It is an acronym for Black Americans versus Everybody. And I have this store called VoodooDollTVShop.com where you can find BAVE and other products and things like that of that nature. If you would like to support the doll, make sure y'all click that link in the chat right here and get you something. Ain't Father's Day or something coming up, get something for somebody. Buy something for somebody or buy something for yourself. But either way, support the doll, okay? Yeah, it's Black Americans versus Everybody. That is the wave, okay? Babe is the new wave. So y'all, where do we even start? OMG. Let me situate myself, y'all. I'm so overwhelmed. And I'm not overwhelmed, but I'm overwhelmed because I imagined us finding out. I didn't imagine Blueface coming to the internet, jumping out the window like, oh, yeah, y'all, he not my baby. I did not imagine. That I never imagined. I know how we'll start. We'll start how we start with Malone Madness Monday. Let's start with Ronnie Doe and a few things that he had to say during this time. First of all, rest in peace again to Ronnie Doe. I don't know if a lot of y'all know this. I did have the pleasure of speaking with him via DM when all of this stuff first started popping out. When the very first time he came out and said that he wanted to do a DNA test, and I climbed in his DMs and I said, Ronnie, I want you on the channel because I really believe that you his father. I got the DMs here. And Ronnie said, okay, let me know. But then I saw Tasha K was like, she was gonna, they said Tasha K was interviewing him. So I fell back. I said, that's a huge channel. Tasha K gonna do it. But I tell everybody all the time when I tell that story, I do regret not still having that interview with him because I don't know if he had watched me before, but he was definitely up up for doing an interview with me. And Ronnie did interviews with other people as well. Like I say, I regret not taking or going after that. But it is what it is, because I did decide in his death that I would help him speak from my platform. So I don't know if a lot of y'all be here, but every Monday night, before we start Malone Mondays, I say Malone Fridays. Before we start Malone Mondays, which is the show that I do on Mondays around here, and we go back in time with a little bit on the Rockhead tip. What I do is I always play a video from Ronnie, giving him an opportunity to have a voice from the dead, because these are all the things that he was saying when he was alive. Whereas most people were either shunning him, thinking that he's lying, or they were either just like not believing him for whatever reason because they believe Chrisean. Either way, most people never gave him the platform that he deserved when he was here. So I feel like if I couldn't give him one while he was here, I could definitely give him one while he ain't here. So we're going to play a couple of videos from Ronnie, because I'm telling you now, this boy been true. I don't know Ronnie from a can of paint. I only spoke to him via DM. But let me tell you something. I'm a very great reader of energy, okay? And when I spoke to Ronnie, I can't speak on his character traits or nothing. But what I can speak on is when we were talking about the interview, and I mentioned that I believe that he was Junior's father. When he responded back to me, I can't remember exactly what he said. I got a genuine response that he really believed it too. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all might feel like that's a bunch of BS, because she was with Ronnie. She was sleeping with Ronnie. Ronnie's words said it. As a matter of fact, Blueface's words even admitted that she was sleeping with Ronnie during the pregnancy, before the pregnancy, and even after the pregnancy. But a lot of people weren't here for that. Well, I feel like I got a hair on my face. A lot of people wasn't here for that, so they don't know that. But if you were here for that, then you know that this ain't nothing new. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to get into a few videos from Ronnie Doe. Like I said, rest in peace, y'all. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get to Ronnie's voice once again from dead. And we'll get into, this is a video when he went down to the courthouse and was finally able to get, I want to say, a court date. And I'll go find some more videos, y'all. Like the video.
The child support office, and I had to fill out an application. So now everything is about to be going, y'all. So I turned in the packet. Everything is good. So Junior and Chrisean will probably hear something in the next 4 to 6 weeks. The lady told me it takes about a month and a half, 2 months for the process to go through. But I did get the application. And I did turn it in, and the process is rolling. So in the next 4 to 6 weeks, God willing, Chrisean is going to be required to do a court-ordered paternity test. And once we get this paternity test, we shall have more insight.
Son, the DNA test will prove that. Right or wrong? Right. Any father on here, any real man, stand-up man that potentially has the privilege of being a father would want to make things right and would want to know if that's his child. Yeah. Around that time, Blue know what's up. Chrisean was back and forth from what? LA to Baltimore. LA to Baltimore. Y'all know that. Every single last one of y'all know that. She told y'all out her own mouth. I'm not here to expose nobody. I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all, oh, why is Tasiki and Sean not cool? I'm not going to tell y'all that. I'm not going to tell y'all that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I want to know if Junior is my son or not. I got a family. My last name Kane. It's a possibility that after me, my family name won't go no more. I'm the last Kane. And this could be another Kane. Junior is not my son. The DNA test will prove that. Right or wrong? Right. Any father on here, any real man, stand-up man that potentially has the privilege of being a father would want to make things right and would want to know if that's his child. Yeah. around that time, Blue know what's up. Chrisean was back and forth from what? LA to Baltimore. LA to Baltimore. Y'all know that. Every single last one of y'all know that. She told y'all out her own mouth. I'm not here to expose nobody. I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all, oh, why is Tasiki and Sean not cool? I'm not going to tell y'all that.
Told you, like, a lot of people are saying there's something wrong with the baby. So do you know anything about that?
I'm not going to speak too much on anything that's not already public by the alleged baby father. It's public knowledge that Junior had a hernia situation. I'm not going to speak anymore.
It's the fact that he did the alleged baby father, and we're here because Blueface admitted that this boy is really this baby's father. But that's why I say, that's why I say, I'm Ronny. I couldn't give you the platform while you was here, Fat, but I got you in death. I got you. It's just ironic. It's just ironic, bro.
Too much on anything that's not already public by the alleged baby father. It's public knowledge that Junior had a hernia situation. I'm not going to speak anymore on any of his further health issues.
Okay.
And his mother, and it's not even his mother. That child deserves at least for that to be private. It's not my place to share that information, especially if it's not revealed that I'm his father. That would be highly wrong for me to share that with anyone.
Right. So if it is your kid, do you want to take custody of him and take care of him?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If that is a chance of him being mine, if he's mine, I want to do whatever I can do to help him have a fair chance at life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this to rekindle a relationship with Chrisean. I'm not doing this because I'm bitter about her being successful. I'm happy for her. I wish her nothing but the best. However, Junior deserves the best too. It's not a pawn. He's not a toy, and he's not an object that should be used for the fate of your career. You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to move accordingly. Everybody got opinions. Everybody got buttholes. Everybody don't got to like what I'm doing, but I'm doing it with good intentions. I'm doing it for purpose, and I'm going to keep doing me. Whether you like it, she like it, he like it, I don't care who like it. I'm doing it for myself, me, myself, and I, and of course for Junior. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, my intentions are making sure that that child has the best chance that he deserves at life, because the people who have been in his corner thus far are not doing that. And that's just what it is.
I told you, like, a lot of people are saying.
Boom, we in the building, man. Top Flight TV.
The reason she went to that show because she ain't had nowhere to go, because me and her was done. I had caught a body in 2019, state of California. I was able to be acquitted from this murder. She quickly jumped ship without any respect, any communication. It was devastating. I lost my rider that I thought at the time. When I seen the tooth come out, I'm like, oh, hell no. I had to face the fact that she was moving on to bigger and better things.
That's weird shit. So y'all remember this video when they were in the mall? This is one of the last videos Ronny had when they were in the mall, because a lot of y'all don't know that right after Ronny got actual court dates, and right when they were getting ready to go to court, right before they were getting ready to go to court, unfortunately, he was assassinated. And the reason why I call it that is because I don't think that his killing was random at all. I do not think that he was sitting somewhere at the wrong place at the wrong time. I just don't believe it. Now, I wasn't there. I don't live out there, but something in my heart tells me, even if I don't know what it is, I definitely know what it ain't. Okay. A lot of people like myself found it very funny that right before him and that girl supposed to go to court, he ends up unalive. And not only did he end up unalive, literally, the same morning the news came out that this man was found dead, she posted the fake Zeus Network paternity test. Now, even if I didn't think she had anything to do with it, I watched enough First 48 and enough Snap to know that why would that her posting that DNA test the day this man is dead, and also on the heels of them getting ready to go to court, that tells me that you're somehow connected in that. And if you're not, that energetically somehow you're connected. But she posted that fake DNA test that I told y'all was fake from the beginning, because I keep telling y'all, stop believing everything you see on the TV and the internet. That's how you're getting played. But she posted that fake DNA test to basically show that Blueface was the father. And then Blueface came out before and after that and said that the DNA test was not real. But again, I'm starting to realize a lot of the rockheads are like her. They create these realities in their head, and they try and fight tooth and nail to make that reality come to play in real life. Because these are the same 50, 60, and 70-year-olds. Yes, Chrisean Rock's fan base are in their 40s and up. Yes, that's how crazy this is. She's 20 some odd years old with a missing front tooth. Somehow she's got grown women with grandkids following her every single lead. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I think, you know what, it makes sense though, because they have the minds like her. But anyway, she got all of these old women running around windmilling on everybody because they don't want to go with the illusion that these people are made up in their head that this boy was this baby's father. When I say this boy, I mean Blueface. Stevie Wonder could have told you that wasn't that boy baby. If you watch Crazy in Love, the show on Zeus Network, you know that was not Blueface's baby. When they did the whole lie detector test, on the lie detector test, the reason why they got into it was because he found out she was not only sleeping with other men during the time, but even around conception. That was one of the whole reasons they fought all the way back in the car and got back in the kitchen. Remember, he said, bitch, you trying to give Jesus my credit and I ain't gonna let you. All of that happened in the same episode. And it was all because he took her to take the lie detector test and she admitted to sleeping with other men, Ronny included, before, during, and around that time. That's why he was in the car telling her, remember when he was talking about, remember people thought he was talking to her like a pimp, and in a way he was, but basically he was saying you already knew what it was. When you came to me, I told you this is what I do, and if you want to be on this plane, this is what you got to do. You signed up and said it was cool, and now you're letting the internet buck you up and you doing what's opposite, so I got to leave you alone. That's the whole argument they was having in the car, but people felt like, look how he talking to her. Because she was like, stop talking to me like that, bro. Don't talk to me like that, bro. And he was like, no, bitch, because he felt played. Like, you know what it was. But anyways, I just hate that we had to come here like this, but I'm glad that it's happened because now some of us, or at least some of you rockheads, can get it through your skull that your God has been lying to you. Her whole life is a lie. Chrisean dreams in lies. Bitch, Chrisean, the only girl I know probably have a dream and a whole dream a lie. She lies oozes from her skin. This is the point. This is what y'all need to know. Chrisean is nothing without an attachment. She's not talented. So she has to have something or somebody to connect to in order to keep you guys interested. Blueface is gone, so now she has Chrisean Jr., okay? Because there are people who are concerned and even some trolls who are going to talk about Junior. This is why every time you turn around, she's on somebody's press conference or going live with Junior either meowing in the background or fighting for his neck brace in the front round. And she does that because she knows that without this baby, nobody's going to pay her attention, okay? Like I say, she's been knowing from the beginning that that boy was not that baby's father. But I started to realize I know a lot of bitches in the hood who've been growing up 30, 40, 50 years, and they still refuse to tell their children who their real daddy is. So it makes sense. It makes sense. Some of you bitches got children in their 40s and 50s, and you still ain't told your child who her real daddy is or who his real daddy is. So it makes sense that you go with the move with Rockhead. It makes sense. It sound about right. Sound about right for you IEP assholes. Y'all already know how I feel about them. Girl, let's move on before I get upset early. But anyways, like I said, I hate that we had to find out this way, but here we are, and we about to jost it. But let me just say this. When it come down to that Karlissa, Blueface, Chrisean, and all of them people done played behind this baby. Some of y'all YouTubers on here too. Y'all gonna have a hefty price to pay, playing with that baby. Okay, I'm telling y'all now, a lot of y'all YouTubers, I'ma say it till I turn green. A lot of y'all YouTubers made a lot of money promoting this stuff with this girl, and y'all knew if in y'all hearts that a lot of this stuff was wrong, but y'all ate good. Yes, you did. You ate good. And now that we're here, I'm pretty sure some of y'all changing y'all content. I don't watch you bitches. I'm gonna be honest. But I'm pretty sure some of y'all changing y'all content, but don't change it now. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling like you've been rolling it out. Keep lying to your base so you can go viral like you've been doing. You ain't gonna be famous lying on a baby. Stupid. But anyways, I mean, because I guess when you want fame and attention so much, you'll do anything like creating whole live streams with fake storylines, fake doggone titles, and get a whole bunch of people emotionally charged on some shit so you can get some numbers. That's why some of you bitches been on here for 10 years and ain't never made it nowhere. That's why some of y'all, I'm sorry, I went on a rant. My bad. I went on a rant. Either way, the point is we finally here, so let's roll it out. Karlissa, you gonna pay for what you done? Blueface done sat and fed this girl liquor and weed. And let me just say this. I am a component of mamas, babies, daddies, maybes. Meaning when a woman gets pregnant, you are the first line defense for that unborn fetus. Unless something happens outside of your control, like unfortunate events, like a natural disaster, a car accident or something like that, that child is your responsibility. So I don't think that Chrisean should get only half the blame. I think she should get 90% of the blame because nobody literally put her down and made her smoke and drink. These were all choices that she decided to do because Blueface thought it was cute. Zeus Network made a lot of money, and a bunch of you dumbass rockhead hoes was on here telling her she could do it because you hoes smoked and drank Hennessy through all y'all hoes' pregnancies. And you wonder why your child fought and he's still walking with a limp, bitch. You see what I'm saying? But anyways, let me stop. Calm down, boo. Calm down. But y'all bucked the girl up to think that she could go smoke, drink, do whatever she want, whoop and whoop, hoop and holler, fight in the club. And then the baby came out. Then y'all turned around and flipping and tried to say, oh, y'all bullying the baby online. No, we just pointing out the obvious, dummy. Something wrong with the baby. I don't know what's wrong with the baby. I ain't no doctor, but I can look at that baby and know something wrong with him. Girl, I wish Rockhead lead you hoes off a cliff. I ain't even gonna lie. I wish Chrisean lead your Rockheads off a cliff. It's time, bitch. Yeah, lead them hoes off the highest, steepest cliff, bitch. Make it be fast too. I'm talking, girl. And I just hate the women like this because y'all got children. I can imagine what y'all doing to them children around there and done did to them children around there. Some of you bitches working on great grandkids. So the children, the grandchildren, and the great grandchildren around there. That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, we got a lot to discuss, y'all. Come on in. Rest in peace to Ronnie Doe. We gonna get victory for your name, bro. Don't even worry about it because God is exposing every single thing. Where do we even start? Hold on, child, because, life has been, it's been a time. It's been a time. Do we start near the obvious? Let's start with Blueface just jumping out the window saying the baby ain't his. Let's just go there. Blueface, first of all, let me start by saying this. Blueface is very intelligent when it comes to at least social media. And what Blueface understands is he ain't been having no motion. Blueface ain't been having no motion over there. He's still on the goal to 100,000 subscribers down there on Kick, Twitch, or wherever the hell he at. He has been slow rolling ever since he came back home from jail, body and face marked up like the subway in Harlem. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And because he can't recreate the motion he once had with Rockhead, he tried to recreate it with his baby mama. He tried to recreate it with the girl Nevaeh. He tried to recreate it with the girl Stunner. He tried to recreate it with any and everybody he can. But the problem is, none of these hoes have that thing, you know, that je ne sais quoi, you know, that it factor. Because regardless of how talented I think Rockhead is, the bitch do have the it factor. She do. You see what I'm saying? And what Blueface was trying to do was recreate that. And when he failed, he started to inch and play with Chrisean. Now, I don't know if they having conversations offline. They probably is, because Chrisean crazy like that. But what I know online is, he realized I need her to give me some attention so that I can get these numbers up and we can keep our head above water. I believe he called Karlissa and told her to bring him up, because I've been seeing Karlissa bringing up this baby the last couple of days. So honestly, Blueface coming out today or yesterday saying that baby wasn't his, I felt it coming, because it's the past couple of days I done seen Karlissa duck ass online talking about this baby. You see what I'm saying? So I already saw it was brewing. All right. So, where was I going? Yay. So, Karlissa and them already setting up the play, talking about the baby. He was already throwing little zingers to try to get her to say something. But he knows the one thing that's going to get her to respond is to bring up the paternity of this baby. And that's exactly what she did. And she fell for it. She fell for it because why? She knows that is her storyline to her money, her fame. But this girl has been a pathological liar from the very beginning. She ain't just jump off the porch as no damn liar. Matter of fact, let's get into some of these lies this heifer done told. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. It's, you know, I will say this. I hope, and I'm on the right channel to say this. Let me say this before we move into a little bit of Rockhead lies. I really and truly hope that I don't care if I reach one person, but I really and truly hope that the people who are hearing my voice understand that you are being lied to every time you log into anything. Rather it's an app, rather it's your TV, rather it's your phone, okay? Everybody on the internet playing. I'm playing too, because before I got on here, I was wearing my cookie bush, but I had to put my wig on. Everybody on the internet playing. None of us on here 100% true, but some of us are on here specifically to confuse people. Chrisean, Blueface, and that whole saga are the groups of people who are here to confuse you. And as long as a lot of you prior Facebook hoes come over here to this other side of the internet behind Chrisean and can't understand or differentiate. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't understand and differentiate the truth between a lie. So you taking everything at face value. I'm telling you now, you're going to play yourself. Every time you gonna play yourself. And people like Chrisean gonna be able to come on here and play in your face every time. Every time. So let's get into some of her lies, because she lied more than she stand up, child.
No, he's not blind. No, he's not retarded, nigga. He's a fucking child. Fuck. I got me fucked up. But it's cool though. It is real cool how y'all just, that's all y'all want to sit up and talk about. I don't give a, you know what I'm saying? I really don't give two fucks for real. But I'm not even addressing nothing because I don't give a fuck. You feel me? We ain't talking about your baby because it don't get you views. Like, you can't talk about your own kids. You know why? Because it ain't gonna get you views. It's not gonna get people watching. So yeah, talk about what's.
So she literally is admitting what I told you. She totes Junior around like a goddamn accessory because he gets her views. That's why she say, you not gonna talk about your baby because your baby don't get you no views. That is the way she viewed this baby. He gets me views. Without Chrisean Jr. or Blueface, nobody checks for Chrisean. Nobody. Without Blueface or Chrisean Jr., we would have never seen this bitch after Baddies. Or after Crazy in Love, for that matter. She knows that. That's why you got to pay attention to what people tell you. People will tell you the truth, even if it's wrapped up in their lies, if you let them talk long enough. You see what I'm saying?
Most wanted talked about what's most talked about. Me. Chrisean. The name Chrisean is like stat.
And that's why she named that baby Chrisean Jr. so that she can get the clout from that baby too. So they can be one and the same. I'm telling you what I know.
But it's cool. I drop in July. Everything. My first game May 4th. You know.
That's definitely why she named him Chrisean Jr. To keep them one and the same, viral and all of that. I'm telling you, because listen, the day she had him, she made him an Instagram page and had links in the bio for his management booking. The day she had him. And knowing what we know now that this baby came out with these hernias, bitch, the last thing she should have been doing was making an Instagram page. That's the last thing she should have done. And I don't want to hear nobody on here telling me, well, she young, she don't know. That hoe had the baby at 21, 22. I had one at 19 and I knew better than this. So I don't want to hear it. I know girls had babies younger than me and knew better than this. I don't care how old she is. So don't come over here talking about you was young, she was young. I get it. But I didn't do things to put my baby in harm's way. I didn't drink, smoke, and fight during my pregnancy and then pray to God after I had gave birth to the baby. She's a pathological liar. I've been on here telling y'all this for 3 years. I've been telling y'all this. Look at her lying about the baby walking. If you could lie about this baby walking, then you know you lying about everything. Look.
Okay, baby Jesus, I see you standing up, shorty, moving around. It's cool. I like how you trying to walk. That's crazy. He like literally picking himself up and like walking across.
Mind you, he's 2. He shouldn't be trying to pick himself up and walk across. At 2, he should have been to climb out the goddamn baby bed and been running up the street. Just throw that out there.
The sidelines of it. Like, you doing good. Good boy. You know how when you swim in the pool, but you like, for him, that's a big step. Like, him trying to move us, like, on the side, like, the side of the thing by itself. That's, okay, I see you, baby Jesus. But that comes with, you know, me spending extra time. My son walking, my son talking, my son eat. Just because I don't display that on the internet, I don't give a about proving anything to y'all, bro. Right. My son walking, my son cool now. I don't like that. I'm glad to cut it off. I clicked her up, but we're cool now. I don't like that. I'm glad to cut it off. Cool now.
I believe that Chrisean is only keeping this baby alive enough to keep her relevant and famous. I believe that.
Baby, again, respectfully, it's not your child. You know why? Because where's the proof?
And here's the video of her getting into it with Blueface one time, telling him he not the baby daddy.
Baby, again, respectfully, it's not your child. You know why? Because where's the proof?
So there you go. She said he's not your kid. Respectfully, you know why? Because where's the proof? Let's get into Blueface's brother Andre, who I hadn't heard from. I know last time they said he was in the mental hospital, but I remember this urgent message he sent to Blueface. Remember, so when Blueface came back, when Blueface came back, and Junior was first born and all that, Andre came on here to tell Blueface that he may as well just claim Chrisean Jr., even though he's not yours, but claim him because basically you'll get in trouble. Let's get into Blueface's brother Andre.
That's probably his biggest enemy right now is Chrisean on the low. Ain't everybody surprised, right? But yeah, on the low, yeah, my brother is his biggest enemy right now is probably Chrisean. And now all of a sudden she best friends with his manager, Whack. That's even more scary with me. You know, my brother done so much wrong to her. He done robbed her of over $300,000 when they shot the show. He only gave her a little bit because I guess he felt like he was the bigger star. He went and got her baby, and then come to find out, she found out that he knows that's not his baby. They've had a very tumultuous relationship, and I feel like it's turned into just something more toxic than we realized. But I know she hates his guts and she's faking, and that's probably his biggest enemy right now is probably her, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody else probably hates him more. My brother supposedly may or may not, I think they saying he was attacked again. Hopefully he wasn't. I don't know. Please just pray for him. But you know what I'm saying? Nobody talking about it is what's scaring me. Now remember I made that post and all of a sudden he keep getting attacked. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Nobody's really saying nothing. You know, please just pray for him. Like I said, you know, let's just please pray for him. You know, that God could change his heart, and then if his heart is changed, that he could be saved. But yeah, they saying he was attacked again, and nobody's saying nothing again, which is crazy. A lot of people say they love him. You know, his dad over there, but his dad probably is over there sick of him. Chrisean over there on the low really hates him. You know, hates his guts. You know, more than anybody. You know, she said she had people in there supposed to be looking out for him, but ain't nobody looking out for him because he in there by himself. You know what I'm saying? And if getting him looked out for, where is his? How does he keep getting messed up? If you supposed to be having people look out for him in there, you said you got people on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Where's his people at that you was talking about? That your friend told me that you was talking to people in there and they're supposed to be having his back. Where is they having his back or not? You know, it's you, my little brother's dad. You're a very slimy human being. You know what I'm saying? You already robbed him once of $92,000, and you don't care probably about robbing him again. You hate your son. I recently found that out that yeah, you hate your son. You have two people who you have one person without a backbone and another person who hates my brother, and they just in the house all day. That don't sound like it. Now they best friends too. That's probably his biggest enemy right now is Chrisean on the low.
He said a lot. This is Blueface's brother Dre, who had a lot to say. He has come on this internet many times to tell us that ain't that boy's baby, that ain't Blueface's baby. He even said out loud that Blueface admitted that wasn't his baby. Blueface has himself come on Twitter and tell us literally in black and white, Junior is not my baby. He did a whole video telling her to leave, calling Junior Charles Barkley, saying it's Offset's baby, it's Quavo's baby. Who else he said? It was somebody else. He kept telling y'all this wasn't his baby, but I realized there was a bunch of delusional broads, and I'm calling y'all broads. It was a bunch of delusional broads that be falling head over heels in their mind behind a nigga who don't even know they exist. So what they did was follow Rockhead's move and go around and tell everybody and swear to God on a stack of Bibles that baby looked like Blueface and that baby was for Blueface, even though he has said on many occasions that baby was not his. As a matter of fact, let's get into that, y'all. Get into the video, y'all. Like the video, please.
Right, but you could easily go to court and get partial custody, even if it's like every other weekend or something.
Can't because she ran off and had the baby with.
Pause. I don't want to play that because I don't want them to copyright me. Hold on. Let me get another video. Y'all like the video. I didn't want to play that one in particular because that video, that music in the background is too loud. Hold on. Y'all like the video. Because it's really sick. Because honestly, this is all at the expense, like I said, of Junior. Junior been feeding a lot of people and this child can't even talk. He has fed a lot of people. Okay. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. And I've used to have all of this stuff. I done got rid of all of this. And I'm like, how many times I got to show this? We done talked about this till we was blue in the face. Blueface. Hold on, y'all. He has been said he wasn't this baby daddy. That boy had been said that. Matter of fact, here go a little piece from I'll just show y'all. He been had said that. Hold on. This from when they took the DNA test and he allegedly found out the baby was his. Look.
Babe, that's me, your father.
Oh, it's not.
You the father.
Oh, that's what that means.
Yeah, can you be a kid? You a weird ass. What? You don't want to be it.
I'm saying, you sure?
Weird.
You didn't even read the paper.
You call me dumb, but you the slow one.
Says the lunch father's not. Why they write it like this though? They could have just been like, I'm a player.
Are you confident? Because you still don't understand.
I think I get it. Not excluded.
You're not excluded, being you the father.
Chad, what y'all need answers to, gang?
Before we get to that, I want to see if I can find that video where he did the interview. I've shared it many times, but Blueface did an interview and he literally said, that's not my baby. He was like, he said, I believe that the baby belongs to Ronnie Doe. He was like, or he didn't say his name. He said, I believe the baby belongs to her ex. Hold on, let me pull it up. Blueface. Y'all like the video while I pull this up because I wasn't even supposed to be going all the way here with it. Oh, Lord, how am I spelling it? Yeah. Sorry, y'all. Is his name Ronnie with a Y or I? I can't remember. Let me see if I can pull it up on like this. I do see one with Ronnie on there.
Blue told her to go get an abortion. She went and got that abortion. But you a woman. Are you fertile after abortion?
Yeah.
So guess who knocked her up after her abortion? So why can't I get my DNA test?
So you telling me she had an abortion from Blue?
Yes. And got knocked up with, yeah. It doesn't make any other sense as to why you're avoiding an actual DNA test. Think about it.
This is a lot, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah, it's real. Blue told her to go get an abortion. She went and got that abortion. But you a woman. Are you fertile after abortion?
All right, so let me share my screen really quickly. I found some other stuff. Hold on. So this is the DNA test that Chrisean and Blueface had on Crazy in Love. And I'm going to still try to find that interview with Blueface. But this is the DNA test that Crazy in Love did, right? Now, I don't remember who it was, but I think some people called down to the DNA center and used that little control number or item number or whatever to try to look up the results from this DNA test. And they said that the number didn't exist. On top of that, Whack 100 had came online and said that the test was fake. Blueface had came online and said that test was fake. He also said that he had got the baby and was able to sneak and swab the baby, and the baby wasn't his. Everybody was coming online saying that this baby did not belong to Blueface. Now, one thing I will give to Chrisean was she did go on and say that it was, but Blueface also played into it. And the reason he played into it, because just like Chrisean, Junior's name brings traffic. The idea that he was the father of Chrisean Jr. made him all the money and sense in the world to go with the narrative. Now, I don't know if he was threatened to go with this narrative like Andre said, or maybe he just wanted to go with it. Either way, he did it because he needed the clout from the baby. Chrisean even gets clout from her own baby. she boxing, and we still want more worry about Junior than the boxing match. Okay, but this is the fake test that everybody was going around swearing to God was real. Zeus Network, it already came out. Whack 100 of them and already was talking about it. How Zeus Network set this thing up for the show. Reality TV is not real. I need y'all to hear me and understand me on this. Reality and real can sometimes run parallel, but they are not the same. Okay? Hold on. Let me see. I thought if I could find. Let me see.
Have you taken a DNA test?
Yeah, we took one when she was pregnant, and
Oh, she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay, so before the baby was born, and it came back with you being the father.
Yeah.
Okay, because when you talk to Wack, he's still a little bit unsure about this whole situation.
I mean, you know how people are with reality TV. You know, they think certain things aren't real.
Okay, so you're 100% sure that that is your son.
Until I see something that says no, I'm not gonna.
Okay, so you're not asking for another DNA test or anything else.
I'm not gonna keep doing that.
Okay. Have you taken a DNA test?
Here you see where he's continuing to attach himself to this baby because it makes for good viral moments. He could have did this whole interview with Vlad, but he knew that the Chrisean Jr. thing was going to send him, even as far as clips, it would send him in the algorithm. And it did, because Blueface had them gone back and forth. Really, he had said more that the baby wasn't his. But then you could tell every now and again he'll come on here and say the baby is his. A lot, like I said, a lot of people would sit up there and say, well, Blueface said it. And yeah, he did. He said it wasn't, and he said it was. But what I'm telling you is, me being there from the beginning, and also looking at this baby, I know for a fact that baby don't belong to Blueface. So what he said today was true. What he said right here in this interview, that, ladies and gentlemen, was a lie to keep the viralness going. Let me see. I don't think this one. I think it's the same one. Yeah.
Yeah, we took one when she was pregnant, and
It's the same one. And buku people have been, look at it side by side.
I'll be resting in peace.
Look at it, like the boy, yeah, I don't know. I just always thought that this baby looked like Ronny. From the day he came out, yes, he looks like Chrisean, but I believe he looks like Ronny too. And I asked people on the internet who act like they Jim Crow slow, why wouldn't this boy be an opportunity or have an opportunity to get Chrisean pregnant? They've been together since they was in high school. She never left him, and he never left her. They've only taken breaks, but they've always came back together. Why is it so far-fetched that she would sleep with him around the time that she conceived? Why is that hard to believe for some of y'all? But I know why, because some of y'all just don't want to believe it, because just like Chrisean, y'all understand how valuable it is to have this baby for Blueface. For real. Let me see.
And I'm here to support you, whatever you need. And I got that deal.
And look at Karlissa. I wasn't even ready for her, but bring her up here with her bad build ass. Karlissa, you an evil bitch. And you are going to burn in hell. But you know what? Karlissa probably sold her soul when her churn was little. You see what I'm saying? Karlissa would sell her own kids up the road. I'd argue with you more. But you see this hoe here? This Karlissa? You gonna burn. If hell is a lake of fire, bitch, you gonna burn over and over. Do you hear me? Because you know better than anybody here. And what Karlissa does is continue to use this baby at his expense to make sure her old tight ass is still going viral. I cringe when I see this bitch in the shade room in the neighborhood talk comments, trying to act like she down, trying to act like she hip, trying to act like people even care about her freaking opinions on stuff. This the same bitch who fought Amon, the same bitch whose daughter got her ass whooped for, and the same bitch whose son swore to God that his mama wanted to fuck him. It's just tiresome. She too old for this. She too old. But I had to remember, in real life, some young hoes turned into old hoes. I forgot. I was under the impression that life would teach some of you bitches some lessons and y'all will grow. But it turns out you bitches like living in squatter. Like Karlissa. That's why they've been around there struggle streaming down to the ground, hoping that they could go viral on something. She been talking about this baby every now and again to keep her name in the algorithm like nothing. And it's another thing. It would be one thing if she really believed that this baby was hers. She know good and fucking well that baby ain't hers. So what does she do? Come on the internet back and forth. Oh, he ours, he not, he ours, he not. All of this to keep her ugly ass in the algorithm. I can't stand Karlissa. That's an evil, dark bitch. Do you hear me? But let's get into her back and forth with the Blueface Chrisean Jr. bit. Because this with these hoes old enough to be our mama. And this how they on the internet acting.
DNA, because somebody handed it to me. I don't know who handed it to me yesterday, but somebody handed me some DNA.
Lying down.
I ain't gonna say who handed it to me, but somebody did. And I don't do it, but somebody did. Okay? And how Jonathan came home, what he talked about before Chrisean pulled up, why he's taking the Jesus, whatever we calling him this week. Okay? No, I cannot. I can't bring myself to do it, but that doesn't mean I didn't sleep with her, so I don't have to do it, okay? But tell my kids the right thing to do, and that's all I'm doing. He made some very good, valid points, and if you want to see where he's at and what he was talking about before you say, I'm unfollowing him because he running a circus, like the nigga is holding a child. He got a baby that's squirming in his arms. What you want him to do?
And let me tell y'all something. She the most toxic mother I've ever seen. She the type of bitch have the evil, most demonic son and would swear to God it's the girl problem. She that kind. Oh, Miss Karlissa, your son put my head between the washing machine and dryer. I swear to God, I ain't do nothing. Look at Karlissa. Well, what you told him? You must have made him mad. She that type of mama. You must have made him mad. You could see, yeah, he do it, but he don't do it like that. So you had to say something. That's the type of bitch she is. She gonna windmill for that nigga for her son, the one she really wanna. She's gonna windmill for him till she can't windmill no more. And you know what's crazy? I don't think that it's a thing between her and her kids because she don't even look at Andre. And she seemed like she tolerates Callie. It's this sick, twisted infatuation this dry ass hoe have with her son Blueface. It's weird. It's so weird and so odd. I believe if she had the opportunity, she would definitely pop. Yeah. With her own child. Yeah. I believe it. On me, I believe it. Yeah. She that kind of fucked up in the head. Something wrong with this. I don't even like talking about the bitch.
Okay? Jonathan is doing the right thing. And if you watch the episode, the direction that he came home in, you will find out why we are here where we are. Angela's not moving. She ain't took shit off her page. She ain't broke up with John. Yes, that was a hard pill for her to swallow. But as a woman, seeing a baby squirming in a man's arms that we ain't never seen at no motherfucking doctor's office, how could you just run me right now? She calling me right now. Can y'all still hear me? Angela is John's girlfriend. He announced that on the internet. He told the internet yesterday, yes, this is my girlfriend. She held me down while I was in jail. This is my girlfriend. But this my son who's squirming in my arms at 2 years old. And a nigga just said, he fell off the bed and was on the floor. And then the lady said, this with the hot chocolate lady, her fan base said, she beat the kids. She beat the 1-year-old and her kid. She didn't beat her kid, but she beat the sister's 1-year-old. So y'all mean to tell me after hearing all this, I don't know which part is true or false. But if any part of that could be true, you want him to get up and walk away and leave the baby and go get some coochie? Angela wouldn't be the right type of woman for you, son. You're right. if she wanted you to walk away and leave that baby squirming in your arms. You got to do what you got to do for your kids, because that's what I did for you. And you can best believe if your daddy had one of my kids squirming in his arms, you goddamn right, I would stop, drop, and roll for that one kid that needs some help. You goddamn right. So do you, son, and I'm here to support you, whatever you need. And I got that DNA because somebody handed it to me. I don't know who handed it to me yesterday, but somebody handed me some DNA. I ain't gonna say who handed it to me, but somebody did. And I don't do it, but somebody did. Okay? And how Jonathan came home, what he talked to.
She is an evil bitch. Let me tell you how you know. Because she gets on this internet acting like she give a damn about this baby. But remember when Blueface went to court and Chrisean went to jail? They needed somebody to take the baby. This Karlissa and Blueface daddy arguing about who not gonna take the baby. Because none of them wanted this baby. Look.
I don't watch the baby talking from the time. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not in the fucking house watching. I'm not a babysitter. Okay? I've been in there for fucking time where it was needed. Oh, y'all online thinking I'm taking them to fucking babysitter. My job ain't no fucking babysitter, goddammit.
But that's what everybody looked at you at on the internet.
So that's them in the courthouse, in the hall, arguing about who's not going to take Chrisean. Because remember, Blueface is in court. He's facing the judge. Chrisean walks in the court and gets arrested. Now, Chrisean Jr. is in somebody's care. We don't know. But what we do know is who didn't want to take the baby. Blueface mama and Blueface daddy. Now, after that, she went live and talked about why she didn't take the baby. Let's get into it.
Boundaries, because if somebody that don't fuck with me touch my baby without my permission, it might be a problem. So I was respecting Chrisean, but if she would have just had to whip my ass and had a whole nother day of whatever we gonna do, she would have just, her and my security would have had to figure it out if they would have left that baby and talking about they not bringing the baby. Now, if Marsh didn't pull up, or if somebody pulled up that I didn't really trust to take the baby, I just would have had to take my next step. But
mind you, if it is true that she is the grandmother of Chrisean Jr., while his mother is arrested and his father is in court, you would literally be the next of kin, not her friend March. You or his dad would have been the next of kin to take the baby. A mother, a woman, you ain't even got to be a mother. A woman who cares about the life of other children would have probably made sure that this baby had a safe place to go, preferably somewhere they can keep an eye on the baby. Not Karlissa. Karlissa and the baby daddy was arguing back and forth about who not going to take him because none of them wanted. But let her finish.
But I was prepared to take my next step.
Bullshit.
I had already called my husband and told him I might end up in jail today, so get the bail money ready because these motherfuckers is moving weird. They moving weird about my grandbaby. And he did not look slow in person at all. So somebody is doing something with the pictures too. And I told my husband, I said, they moving weird. They moving weird, and if I end up having to take this baby and somebody end up putting their hands on me or doing something weird, it's gonna go down up in this motherfucker today. And he said, please don't go to jail. And I didn't go to jail. I made it home safe. I do still have a headache. My boundaries, because if somebody that don't fuck with me touch my baby without my permission, it might be a problem. So
I get somebody lied. Smells like somebody lied.
Oh, girl, you was a lie. Where my other part of this lie, girl? Because she is so much a lie. Here she go. Oh, where my girl? Here she go, girl.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Karlissa was lying. Karlissa was not prepared to get Junior. Karlissa knew that Junior wasn't hers then, but she still got on the internet and played in our face and said, my grandchild, my grandchild, my grandchild. That's how evil she is. Let me say this to black people in America. Y'all think that some black women ain't evil. They are. And some of these witches look like they innocent, like this one. And they're not. She had been going online talking about this baby because remember, nobody is checking for her or her son. She had been going online saying all kind of stuff. One minute she'll say she know about the baby, the next minute she don't. This her talking about if the baby blind. Look.
Crushed my heart to look at my grandbaby and see that. And that was my first time seeing it. And it did. It crushed my heart a little bit. It did.
And mind you, this is her speaking about this situation. The same, she already was on one channel saying that if she was already prepared to get Chrisean Jr. and if she would have had to get him, she would have got him. We already see the video with her and Blueface daddy arguing because none of them want to take the baby. Now here she go back again with more lies on here, about to lie again and tell us that where my thing at? I'm sorry, that basically it was something different. Look.
I love all my kids no matter what. I told you, whether they slow, need a helmet, whether they got nappy hair, whether they short, funny looking. I love all my grandkids, but I ain't gonna lie, my first initial thought when I saw him in that restaurant, it crushed me. And for her to say she wanted to stomp me out, girl, I can't even tell you what my mind wanted to do to you once I looked in his face and I didn't know if he was looking at me, you, or the air. I was hurt, genuinely hurt. But you know what I said? You know what?
Didn't she just say in the other video she looked at the baby and nothing looked wrong with the baby? Now she's saying that something did look wrong with the baby. That's an evil bitch.
That's okay. That's okay. If he can laugh and he can cry and he can smile, he can still be a joy in this world. And that's who I am. And I make anybody feel good. Anybody. Everybody in my family knows that. I make something out of nothing. Repeat after me. She gonna make something out of nothing. But anyway, yeah, so I got to see it. And that's probably what you was mad at me about, because you saw my face and you felt my energy. But that's okay. That was my first time seeing them. I never seen them whoop before. I never seen what they saw. I literally thought this whole time that maybe people's fans was doing something to the pictures or, making it not. I didn't believe it the whole time. I just was like, nah, John said there was a couple things going on, but he didn't say it was to that extent. Okay. So I thought, the fans was manipulating stuff. I had no clue. But now I know. Now I see what they see. I see what's going on. And that's all right. That's all right. It don't matter. It wouldn't matter to me at all, one bit. He will be around this motherfucker in a chair that sits him up. I will go buy the best stuff for him. I will go buy the best chair that sits him up. I will be calling India and France and Rome, trying to figure out what machine we can get to work what. We would be chopping that shit down. But nope, you sitting over there with a bunch of weirdos that want some followers. I got the best insurance they got over here. I got the government insurance, and I got the Screen Actors Guild insurance. We would have been in every machine. We would have been in about 50 machines, because prayer without works is dead, baby. Okay, they got special brain therapy over here. They got this therapy over there, but ain't nobody telling you nothing because they don't know nothing. They don't know how to.
Girl, look. I don't know if I can listen to too much more of Karlissa. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm so glad she over with. Thank you, Lord. Get her off of here. Listen. All of that passive aggressive. Oh, if he got to be sitting up in a chair, I go to China to get him a chair. If he got to have a back brace, I go get him a back brace. That's all a passive aggressive way to talk about this baby. And, and not look like she talking about the baby. It's disgusting. Hold on. What video I got up next? All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of why we here. So Blueface recently, after going back and forth for years, acting like he was this baby's father, he done recently came out on the internet to tell us that he done took a DNA test and the baby wasn't his.
Y'all seen what happened when I first got out, chat? That's how we found out. This has been a thing. The fuck? You think Ronny would be chasing her all around fucking Baltimore if that wasn't his baby? Make it make sense, chat.
May not be loyal to you in a sense of, oh, I ain't gonna get.
Pause. I want to go to the other video. Hold on. But did y'all hear what Blueface said? Let me run it back while I go get the other video.
Y'all seen what happened when I first got out, chat. That's how we found out. This has been a thing. The fuck? You think Ronny would be chasing her all around fucking Baltimore if that wasn't his baby? Make it make sense, chat.
May not be loyal to you in a sense of, oh, I ain't gonna get his pussy up.
That wasn't the first time Blueface came on the internet and told us that that wasn't his baby. That also wasn't the first time that Blueface admitted that the baby belonged to Ronny. Hold on. Let me see if I can get that other video up. That wasn't the first time he admitted that. He been done that multiple times. And I'm not going to lie. When I thought about his brother basically telling him to just claim the baby, it started to make more sense. Hold on. Is this his
when I first got out, man. I know y'all seen when I first got out, man. Chat, what y'all need answers to, gang? I said what the I said. I don't gotta touch bases on that. I'm not talking about nobody else's child on the stream. I can only talk about my own children. I don't talk about other people's kids.
So to kind of give y'all a heads up of what's going on. So Blueface had recently announced that he was having a kid with a girl, Nevaeh. Let me get her on here. So Blueface had been going around trying to troll Chrisean by basically, how you spell this little girl name? Nevaeh. Okay, so he had been trying to subtly control Chrisean by going on live with other women. He tried it with the girl, Stunner Girl, and he also tried it with the girl Nevaeh. Well, recently, Blueface had came out and said that he is expecting a baby with Nevaeh. One thing he knew about Chrisean was that Chrisean wanted nothing more but for them to just be a family and them to be together. So when he came out and said that he was having a baby with Nevaeh, he wanted to provoke a response out of Chrisean, and I don't think he got it then. Well, then obviously as time went by, he kept doing little things and saying little things to get her to respond, and then he did. Boom. But remember, I told y'all he's trying to get clout. That's what Blueface is doing this for. This is all really for the clout that she was swearing that everybody else wanted. Now, what happened was Blueface couldn't dwell or at least relish in the fact of just trolling Chrisean with the new girl getting pregnant, because people were all in the comments saying, well, Blue, how the hell you gonna be excited for this baby, saying stuff like, oh, my child not gonna be nothing wrong with this baby, she not gonna be in the club, throwing little zingers at Chrisean. People were like, how can you sit up here and celebrate when you watch Chrisean go through all of the stuff that she went through and ruin y'all's kid? So this is why Blueface had to come back to the internet and save face to be like, listen, one of the reasons why. This is why he had to come back and say that wasn't my kid, because how can he go on with his life and treat this new baby well, knowing that he done came out here and swore to God that Junior was his baby and we all see the results. So basically he had to clean it up. That's what I believe. So when he came live and he admitted it, it was for multiple reasons. Number one, he needed the clout from Chrisean. He needed her to respond so that he and her can both go viral. Number two, he also needed to clear his name because people running around here acting like this baby belonged to him, talking about Chrisean Jr., is looking bad on him. Remember when him and Soulja Boy got into it? And Soulja Boy was like, nigga, you want to go this for this. Let's go son for son. It's another person told him that. Let's go son for son. I told y'all the reason being is because a stand-up man can't be a stand-up man making messed up kids on purpose. It's one thing if it's a scientific genetic issue, but these people are literally on purpose, or they literally on purpose made this baby like this. Yes, it was NLE Chopper who was like, let's go baby for baby then. It is a scar on Blueface's record to have this baby, to be able to, in one hand, say, this my child, y'all, this my child, but then have all these things wrong with the baby. So he needed to release himself from that situation because it looks bad. He can't be successful Blueface if he got this baby that's got floating footage where him and Chrisean was purposely, in my opinion, ruining the child. So that's why I believe he came out and said what he said. Let me let him finish. Oh, y'all can't hear it? Y'all can't hear it? They said no sound. Let me, my bad. I'm gonna share it and reshare it. It probably did that when I replayed it. Hold on. Let me run it back. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna run it back so y'all can start it from the beginning. Y'all like the video, please, if you haven't already. Let me let Blueface go off again with his whole story.
Chat, what y'all need answers to, gang? I said what the I said. I don't gotta touch bases on that. I'm not talking about nobody else's child on stream. I can only talk about my own children. I don't talk about other people's kids. Shout out to Izzy. Is you cool? Oh, is you cool? Okay. Is you cool? Shout out to Is you cool for the sub. Exactly. I already said it on Twitter. What the else you want to say? Thanks for reminding everybody. It's already been said, chat. I will not be speaking on behalf of that no longer. It's not my business. It's not my place. Chat, what y'all need answers to, gang?
So this is what he wrote. Junior is not my biological son. Rest in peace to his father, Ronny. I can no longer continue to plot it. It doesn't feel right as a present father in all my kids' life to be discredited as an absent father to a child that is not biologically mine. I tried my best to fill in the blanks because his biological father is no longer with us, but I can't continue to plot. It doesn't feel right. I'm not going to let you do that though, Junior, Blueface. You wasn't trying to fill no gaps for no Ronny. That ain't why you did none of what you did. Stop the cap. I don't want you to be able to feel like you could back off into the trees like Homer Simpson and not take none of this. You a bald head lie. You a bold-faced, tattooed-faced lie. You did none of the sort for the benefit of this baby. Stop it. Well, everything you did was for the benefit of you. I don't know if you were scared of somebody, somebody told you to come on here and lie. I don't know what it was, but none of this was for the benefit of Chrisean Jr. It was all for the benefit of you. And now that it no longer serves you, now you're getting rid of it. So stop it. And I want to talk about the role he played with Chrisean drinking and smoking during this pregnancy. Because two things can be true at the same time. Number one, Chrisean is the sole responsible person for the safety of this child, okay? Let me start by saying that. All you dumbass women out here who want to sit up here and make it everybody else's fault, unless he tied her down, get me up here. Unless Blueface tied her down, kidnapped her, beat her, and R-worded her, and forced the liquor in the weed down her throat, this is 100% Chrisean's responsibility. Everybody else external to Chrisean is Chrisean's fault. If she decides to listen to them on anything, that is Chrisean's responsibility. She's the first line defense for this unborn baby. Whenever you get pregnant, I don't know what woman or young girl needs to hear this. Whenever you get pregnant, unless there's some forces outside of your control, like I say, God forbid, or natural disaster, or God forbid, a car accident or something like that, you are the person responsible for the safety and well-being of your unborn fetus. You cannot turn around when you create a baby that has multiple issues. You can't turn around and point fingers at everybody because you made the decisions to ingest everything you ingested. You knew when you were pregnant that there was a baby inside. And for the life of me, I haven't had a baby in 23 years. Listen to me and listen to me good. I haven't been pregnant in 24 years. And I can still recall right now the way it feels when a baby is moving inside of my belly. It's been 24 years and I can remember the way it feels like today, like a baby was in there right now. You hear me? So to know that this bitch was ingesting liquor, weed, fighting and all of that stuff while this baby probably in the womb, probably trying to figure its way out. That's an evil, dirty bitch. And she will forever get 100% of that accountability from me. I don't care what nobody say. You could come over here and say, but Voodoo, she was with him at the party. But Voodoo, if the nigga jumped off the bridge when she was pregnant, would she have jumped off too? The thought and idea that this bitch in the club smoking and drinking, knowing this baby moving inside of her, you gotta be the most detached, evil bitch Martin Luther King died for. And I said that part. So we not gonna give the accountability to nobody but the person it belonged to. The bitch who sat up there and smoked and drank all 9 of them fucking months. After we give her an accountability, now we can go over to the Blueface side of the house. See, what we not gonna do is take all of that accountability off Chrisean so that we can give it to Blueface and then create another Chrisean. That's why I told y'all, I made it my point. I said, because if I don't come on my platform and say everything I'm saying, even when I had 100 people in this bitch, I was saying the same thing. I said, because if not, we'll create a generation of women who create babies like Chrisean Jr. And I said, bitch, not on my watch. I refuse. And guess what? We went from 20 people in the chat to 2,300 in the chat. You get it? When everybody thought it was cool to be pro Chrisean because it's viral, I was over here by myself windmilling the fuck by myself. Because I knew what I saw was a problem. And I knew that if I just sat back and just went along with the move with everybody else, everybody gonna come out. I said, who gonna deal with the baby? What everybody saying about everybody and nobody worried about the baby. That's why I kept on my platform. And by the grace of God, my platform went from 20 people in this bitch on the live to now we almost at 2,500. You're goddamn right. And a lot of y'all face switched sides. I ain't gonna call their names, but they was on it too when it was lining their pocketbooks up. They was on it too. They switched sides along the way. Better late than never for some of y'all, but some of y'all switched sides because it made sense on the algorithm. But y'all switched sides along the way, but just know why they switched sides. But back to Chrisean Jr. and this Blueface bit. Because everybody want to put this a 50-50 situation. I've come from an old school family. I come from a line of old elderly women who done seen this life lifetimes over. And them people used to always tell me, mama's babies, daddy's maybes. And it didn't always reference paternity. That means, but I need somebody to help me with my mama's babies. That's your responsibility. It's yours. You're responsible to make sure this baby come to the world healthy. Okay? Now, fast forward to Blueface. Blueface absolutely deserves a lot of accountability for this. Reason being is because I was there when I watched him feed her the drinks. Yes, I did. He fed her the drinks down to the ground. And I said it at the moment. I said, you know why Blueface don't mind feeding her these drinks? Because he know that ain't his baby. And I also said you got to be a dirty ass nigga to feed this girl drinks knowing that that's still a baby, rather is your baby or not. I said you got to be a dirty, low down nigga to feed this girl drinks, have this girl drinking Hennessy, have this girl fighting, and you know it's anybody's baby in there. But remember, we dealing with demons. Oh, y'all just realized that? We dealing with demons who don't give a damn about their baby, your baby, or this baby. So here it is. Blueface feeding her the liquor, feeding her the bill, feeding her the whatever, the drugs and all of that stuff. I know, I was there. I seen it happen in 4K. And she was there. Oh, well, Blue, you not gonna drink nothing. He like, nah, you drinking this. You sure, Blue? I love you, Blue. Yeah, just drinking this. Okay, Blue. Junior in the damn womb dodging goddamn alcohol, fetal alcohol syndrome like niggas on the block, dodging bullets. And nobody cared because the algorithm didn't tell y'all to care back then. I was the only one saying, hey guys, I think somebody should say something or do something about this. And y'all was calling me a hater. Oh, you just jealous of Chrisean. Oh, you this, that. Oh, you this, that. I was saying, I said, y'all, this ain't gonna end well. Go look on my channel. I got many lives and videos where I spoke about how we would get here and we're here. And I hate that we're here, but we're here. And this baby the only one suffered. I just hate that we had to be here. So I will give Blueface a lot of the accountability on the fact that he knew that girl was pregnant and he did not care about this baby. So yes, what Blueface did was what he normally does. Not give a damn. And I believe that the baby was a goddamn sacrifice and the ritual off the gate anyway. And I believe that's why that nigga didn't have no problem feeding this whole liquor, bill, pills, and everything else between, because he knew what they were doing. But I would just say this. All of this ritualistic sacrificial shit y'all did all of that. Y'all did all of that. And you bitches still under the ground. Y'all still ain't viral. Ain't nobody checking for none of y'all. Nobody's checking for y'all. So y'all did all of that for nothing. It's sick. It's ridiculous. But that's what Hollywood do. They sacrifice children all the time. I believe this baby was a whole ritual. The whole thing about this baby started from ritual from the moment of conception. It was a ritual. Hold on. Who I was looking for? Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. Hold on. Let me show y'all some of these clips. And I shouldn't have to pull this up because I'm pretty sure if you haven't seen these clips, then I don't know where you've been. But this stuff is all over the internet. From conception. I remember Wack saying this. Let's get Wack on here. Wack even spoke about it. Hold on. Y'all like the video. Can y'all see that?
Smoking and doing whatever else.
People kept recording.
There's videos of this. There's videos of
turning up big Henny bottles.
Right. And because of that, the baby has come out disabled. And I think that every day it just hurts her to realize that she's the reason this happened. Her actions. She could not abstain. You know, like I've gone through pregnancies with women. You know, I remember, this one woman I went through a pregnancy with, she's like, I remember we met with a doctor. And she's like, oh, I heard you could drink one glass of wine a day. That's okay. And the doctor was like, why take the risk? Why?
Yeah.
There's things we can't control in a pregnancy. You drinking, we can't control. So why take the risk of drinking at all? And she's like, okay, cool. Stop drinking. That was it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of those things where if you are drinking, smoking, doing drugs, man, you got to look at that baby every day.
We watched her drinking, smoking, drugs, fighting.
Yeah.
Not sleeping.
Yeah.
Not taking your
prenatals or
prenatals,
postnatals. Yeah.
Not going to your checkups.
All that, man. It's sad. It's sad. I know. I think personally what we're seeing right now is someone who's dealing with the trauma of their own actions. Because remember, she was like, yeah, look, everyone that talked about my baby, they're dead or in jail. They're dead or in jail. Everyone talks about my baby. But that takes away your role in what happened to your baby. You want to blame everyone
really
else.
would like to see the baby get some treatment, some therapy.
Yeah.
That way you're giving the baby a shot
at,
you know what I'm saying, bouncing back.
Yeah. She knew while she was pregnant that she was drinking.
Let me show y'all a few clips from during this damn pregnancy. Like I said, I shouldn't have to bring this up, but I guess if somebody hadn't seen it.
They want to see your belly.
I don't got one. See? It is one a little bit because I can't suck it in. What?
They want to see your belly.
I don't got one.
This is her at the hospital. Mind you, she found out. Do I have that video up? Do I still have that up? Hold on. Mind you, she found out she was pregnant after having 3 abortions. Her words, not mine. This is the video. And mind you, right after she found out she was pregnant, she didn't go to the doctor and get a checkup for 5 months.
When you're pregnant, do you hear a heartbeat or it'd be too early to hear one?
Hold on 1 second. I'll come talk to you in 1 second.
Okay. Because I hope I hear 3. Say 2.
So she hadn't been to a doctor since she went and confirmed her pregnancy in this situation. Now let's go back to her. 5 months later, or at least at 5 months, she's in the hospital, and this is the doctor telling her how far she is, which is 20 weeks. And this is what she gonna say. Oh, is it too late? Talking about to get the abortion because a whole fight happened. I'm not going down the rabbit hole, but I'll give y'all a little snippet.
Hi, baby.
Hey, hi, Sunshine.
Hey, how are you? You see you.
Hey.
You guys can sit down.
Baby.
Say, Sean.
I don't know.
Hey, girl. Okay.
What's up, Rock? I'm gonna build it. I'm trying. What the doctor talking about? Where they hurt?
Interview us?
Nah, we ain't seen nothing yet. We was waiting for you.
Oh, okay, thank you. This is exciting for us.
As long as the baby is healthy.
Hey, Chrisean, so I'm gonna have you get undressed and get ready for your ultrasound. If you'd like to excuse me, I'm just gonna grab them in. Thank you.
Let me fast forward. This them all at the hospital when her mom and them was trying to beg her not to have the baby. I mean, not to get an abortion. And let me just say this. A lot of people are feeling some type of way about her mama telling Chrisean not to get an abortion. Y'all don't understand the spiritual implications that a lot of our elders have with that abortion stuff. Her mama was not wrong for telling her to keep this baby. Chrisean should have stopped drinking and smoking while she was pregnant. Because I done seen so many people on here see the mama should have never make her keep the baby. No, y'all starting in the middle. Start at the beginning. The beginning of the fact of the matter is Chrisean, if she was going to keep this baby, should have stopped smoking and drinking. That lady wasn't wrong for telling her it's wrong to unalive a freaking fetus. At 5 months. Chrisean was 5 months pregnant when it was entertaining the idea of her getting an abortion. Her mama wasn't wrong. Chrisean was wrong. I just wanted to add that in.
I just said it when I was expecting.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sodi. How are you?
How are you?
And who's everyone here?
I'm my sister.
Your sister. Hi, and you are? Yeah, hi, and you. Nice to meet you guys. Did you have any pregnancy tests positive at home?
Yeah, and that was January.
That was the first one. So maybe your last period may have been in December. You really don't know. And what?
mind you, she said, so you got a positive pregnancy test at home? She said that was in January. Then the lady asked, and your last period would have probably been in December. And she said, I don't know.
Was this a desired pregnancy?
Yeah, Carmen.
Between you two?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's desired now?
I don't know.
You're not sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't really know. We need to check how far along you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How will we find out how long she's been pregnant?
I'm going to take a look, see if there's a baby, measure the baby, and that'll give me an estimate of how long she's been pregnant. Okay. So let me try abdominally first.
I don't think that's the clip where she was asking, is it too late? But there's a part in this video, in this episode of Crazy in Love, where when the lady comes back with the results and she's doing the ultrasound, she asks Chrisean, she's like, hey, so I'm looking at you and you're about 20 weeks. Chrisean's initial response right after that is it too late? That told me right then and there that Chrisean, well, I already knew she was still entertaining the idea of getting rid of the baby, but that wasn't the problem. I believe that if Chrisean stopped smoking and drinking after this episode, she could have gave Chrisean Jr. much more of a fighting chance. But Chrisean did not. Right after this episode, she went home and damn near fought her sister. And she also was over there saying she wanted another bottle of Hennessy. Chrisean never stopped drinking from the beginning to end. Matter of fact, when they were in the kitchen and he told her, you trying to give Jesus my credit, she was smoking a blunt. And she had just came back from the doctor that day where the lady told her she was 5 months pregnant or 20 weeks. This was a collective effort, but I tell you anyway, the responsibility and accountability always, in my opinion, fell on Chrisean.
Like, bro, this is all when I was 6 months pregnant. Like that case when while he in jail, bro, like, you know, he rode me over with a car.
She's
like, bro, this is.
Let's go over here to this video. Now, this is when she was pregnant, and he was telling her, he was like, who's going to watch the baby? Because he was like, when you have this baby, people are going to be more interested and care more about the baby. You're going to have to put the baby first. She didn't believe that. Check it out.
Listen,
Be gone, baby, be gone.
Oh,
the bitch
he had already had that conversation. This is him with Jaden.
said, yeah, I told Lemmy I'm thinking about doing Baddies East.
Tell Lemmy.
I said, Baddies East? Bitch, you pregnant. How you gonna do Baddies East? She said, oh, I think they'll be shooting like after I had the baby already. I said, who's gonna watch the baby? Me? Bitch, she says you.
Please.
Son.
Please.
Son.
What?
Have I ever watched you for more than 24 hours?
No. Yes.
I probably have. I'm gonna get that. I like that. This shit.
Ridiculous. And here's Blueface saying he never saw her drinking while she was pregnant, but we already saw it on camera.
The fuck you lying?
Hold on. This is her and her friends years before saying that you can drink and smoke while pregnant.
They all like that. You know you can smoke and drink while you're pregnant. I know. You know you can smoke and drink while you're pregnant. I know a lot of people don't do it, but they do it and they don't know that. I'm sorry, I keep saying them comments, like, and get that pregnancy shit out of my shit. Just stop calming me. Just stop calming me. Just stop calming me.
They were here last time, him and Chrisean. Chrisean was pregnant. Y'all were doing all that smoking and drinking here in the. But you're drinking right now.
Because I'm celebrating.
So this is a different Chrisean than last time. Because last time you were here, oh my God, did you not watch the episode?
No.
Okay, first of all,
I couldn't.
Why?
Trauma.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was drinking. I was doing it on purpose, like, to just deal with it.
They were here last time, him and Chrisean. Chrisean was pregnant. Y'all were doing all that smoking.
First and foremost, how are y'all doing today?
Great. I'm doing
You okay?
great.
She was a little teary-eyed a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
What's going on? What happened?
What's going on?
I just emotional. I don't know if it's my period or am I pregnant. I don't know.
You say you don't know if it's your period or if you're pregnant.
I'm just saying, like, that's what's going on.
Well, I don't think you're pregnant if you got your period, sweetie.
I'm just saying, I don't know if it's that or that.
Yeah. I mean, I was just trying to help her out here, so I don't think it was. Hey,
What happened? What triggered these tears?
Nothing. It could be like completely nothing in my eyes. It was just water. So I got nothing to do with anybody.
first and foremost, how are y'all doing today?
Great.
Is she pregnant or not? Or is she drinking while pregnant? I'm confused. This is when she was pregnant. That's Blueface. Is she pregnant or not? Or is she drinking while pregnant? I'm confused. Let me tell you something. Like I say, we ain't just jumped off this porch now. We've been jumped off. It was something else I was trying to... Oh, DJ Academics. So DJ Academics came out because he had also caught Blueface. I'm sorry. This girl pregnant as well, drinking. I don't know if y'all know that, but we spoke about it on this on this channel. She had live streamed one time calling in the DJ Academic show or whatever. And then when she did that, he said she was on there drinking. And she was 9 months pregnant. Hold on. Let me show y'all the video. So DJ Academics had already came out. He's done interviews with Vlad and had admitted that basically she was pregnant or whatever the case may be and drinking. He had went on his platform and admitted that she was pregnant and drinking. Everybody knew it. So now he has heard about everything that's went on and he has had some things to say about Blueface. And he basically says that Blueface got to take a lick on that because Blueface is, and he's right. He basically says that Blueface is responsible for a lot of that smoking and drinking. Let's get to this video.
Kind of lame that you're trying to, like, maybe you got some problem with Chrisean. It's kind of lame you're not trying to claim your kid. Nigga, you the one that was with her drinking and smoking, nigga. That's why it's your fault too. It's your fault. Like, y'all over here treating the kid like it's content. Like, that's lame. And that's why remember when I said, like, I didn't believe that you got this new girl pregnant because, like, this is on stream. Bro, y'all niggas stop having babies on stream, bro. You trying to not claim fatherhood of a kid that you fucked up this kid's life. With Chrisean, both of y'all. She now going to God. You over here just tattooed your face with a bunch of hieroglyphics. Now you got another girl pregnant. Nigga, stop showing stop showing whatever fucking bullshit ass like tests on stream. Nigga, go some parent classes, nigga. Or at least get a baby mom that's like the only good baby mom you got is the other girl. Like the one that look like Quagmire or whatever it is. Like she cool. Like she know how to have a baby. Like you could tell all her kids look amazing. So she's not doing the stuff, but it looked like we don't know about you. And then you got this other one pregnant. Bruv, I'm going to be honest with you, nigga. Like, please stop trying to like, I know you're doing your streaming thing, but nigga, like you could tell Blueface gonna be a fuck up as a parent. Right? It's kind of lame that you're trying to like make.
I tell people all the time, I say, y'all don't think people will have babies for reality TV. Y'all don't think people will have babies and get married for stream. Y'all was like, I don't think so. They doing it every single day. Him over there even playing with the girl in the veil. That's also he can go viral. You think they give a damn if they make another kid? He trying to go viral. If a kid come of it, oh well, that too. All this stuff is a game. But the fact of the matter is, Blueface said it. He came out and said it. Blueface said, straight up, is no room for chasers, is no miscommunication. Blueface came out and said straight up that baby is not his and it specifically belongs to Ronnie Doe. Like I said, we've been saying this for the longest. Hey, y'all. Somebody need to check on this. Hey, y'all, that girl over there smoking and drinking. Hey, y'all, that girl got a baby. Hey, y'all, something might be wrong with the baby. And there's been so many people on here gaslighting, saying that we just hating or we just clout chasing. Ain't nobody clout chasing. People really want to see this baby get help. Now, this is another question I would ask to y'all. Why everybody clapping for this hoe to go down here to the doggone boxing ring? Can somebody clap for her to bring this baby down to physical therapy or to a doctor or something? Because the things that she did during pregnancy, I believe, is why the baby had many issues that he have now. And don't come on here and tell me that baby ain't got no issues. He definitely got issues because he over 2 years old. He about to be 3 in September. And he can't walk, he can't talk, and he can't eat. Don't tell me ain't nothing wrong with the baby. I ain't never known a 3-year-old to not be able to walk, talk, and eat. So something wrong with him. I ain't no doctor. I can't particularly put my finger on what it is, but I know it's something. I had saw this video because y'all know Charleston White. Remember Charleston White had came out and made that fucked up video basically saying he was taking bets that Chrisean Jr. was going to come out messed up. Let's be clear. Although it was dark, it was disgusting, it was heinous and bad for Charleston White to say, he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. He watched the same thing I watched. The only difference was he came out here and said it unfiltered. That girl did any and everything she could to make sure that this wasn't a healthy pregnancy. Rather it was purposely done or not. She done any and everything she could to make sure that this baby didn't have a fighting chance. She did that. So when the baby came out and he had to come back and apologize because he really looked at the baby and saw that it came to be for what it was, he felt bad. Now, I saw that he did a video since Blueface done came out and said that the baby is Ronnie's. And I didn't watch all of this. I didn't watch hardly none of it. Let's get into a little bit of what Charleston White has to say about the situation, y'all. Like the video, please. It's free to like the video, y'all. Just like the video. Let's get into Charleston White. But for real, let this be a lesson to you. Let me tell you something. And a lot of y'all don't like to hear certain messages from certain people. That's how Candy got caught up. That's why she around here windmilling for her life with this divorce through damn Tide. Y'all want messages from people you like, and y'all want it to sound how you want it to sound so you can like it and pal it and all of that. I'm telling you now. Sometimes you got to listen to people you don't like to get the message you need. Because Charleston was one of them people who said the same thing, and I agree with him. Let's get into it.
Black children, before they even come into the world, the conditions that they're born in, right? Mama, daddy. When mama and daddy meet, typically they just fucking two young motherfuckers passing good dick and good pussy, swapping cum and spit and all other kind of STIs and STDs amongst one another, right? They not thinking about the baby when they fucking and coming and with the oohs and the ahs and the thrills and the feels. So they make a baby. Hey, I'm pregnant. Okay. Mommy nor daddy, they don't change the conditions during the pregnancy. This is motherfucker supposed to say, time out. Y'all hit the motherfucking brakes. We go quit doing this. We go quit fighting. We go quit because what goes on in the womb is critical to life, right? So if mom and daddy fighting and squabbling, boom, 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 and all the baby hearing it, fuck you, bitch, fuck you, and mama is at the studio, and while mama at the studio, you got kill 'em Larry, shoot 'em up Bobby, smoke cigarettes, Killer Larry smoking in motherfucking backwoods looking like thumbs. So mama inhaling the secondhand smoke. The baby getting it. Mama eating fast food. Mama sneaking and hitting the motherfucking blunt. Mama hitting a cigarette. Mama at the club at nighttime with the baby in the womb. The motherfucking baby ain't got no peace. And these are critical. That's why you got these different trimesters throughout the pregnancy, right? You got different stages before it's life in the womb is what I'm trying to say. So the conditions of those 9 months while the baby in the womb, all he hearing is mama, fuck you, bitch, fuck you. And then hearing rap music. Suck my dick, eat my pussy. Mama doing some shit, the baby turned upside down. And while mama pregnant, she getting a pussy sucked. She getting fucked and all kind of thing mama going through. And the baby going through it too, right?
Yep.
On top of that, there's no prenatal care. So that's one of the biggest reasons why black children fail in America, because of either the lack of access to it or the mother's just complete ignorance to how important prenatal care is. Me having the knowledge that I have, I can't come out and say, hey, y'all, black babies is fucked up because of I can't talk to the culture like that. I got to come talk to the culture with ignorance. Say, you stupid motherfucker, the goddamn baby, like Maria. Maria, remember? Look how Maria talk. Maria is an ignorant character. So Charleston Rat Williams is an ignorant character that's talking to an ignorant group of people. I got a little knowledge, right? So I got a way to feed them this knowledge. They don't like it, but they like it. They love it. They hate to love it. They love to hate it. But it works. So I can't just come out and say that, but I can come out and say something so horrible to make people stop and think, okay, the conditions that black children are being born in, we need to look at this. Mom and daddy meet, they fuck, make a baby, okay, end up loving, might hate each other, but they begin to hate one another in the process of childbirth, publicly displaying hate for one. That ain't my baby. And the baby suffers lack of vitamins, not probably getting breastfeed. Mama stressed out over the nigga, so mamas don't know how to just really, my baby, mommy love. So it's hard to do that when you're in the club and you're in the limelight and you gotta fuck with this nigga and this nigga not helping you. And then on top of that, you got the postpartum that every woman goes through after childbirth, and you're in the spotlight. Now, I can't come out and talk to y'all like this. It won't go viral. But if I say it how I say it like that, it's going to go viral. It's going to be retweeted. But if I'm saying it like this, it won't get retweeted. So what I was speaking of is the conditions that most black children are being born into. And so when I go out and speak to the youth, and I speak to the youth regularly and oftenly, this is what I said. Whatever has happened to you as a child, it's not your fault. That's one of the first things I want kids to know, man. Whatever has happened to you, it's not your fault.
All right, that's an older video. I've seen that one before, but what he said made sense because he had got a lot of backlash for just coming out basically saying what it was, that he said the baby was going to be retarded. That's what he said. He just was blunt with it. He said Chrisean ain't been having no prenatal care. He said she around here effing and fighting and drinking and smoking. He said Blueface is around here drinking and smoking and fighting her and they fighting each other. He said I can bet put my baby, my neck on the chopping board, the baby gonna come out messed up. That's what he said. And it went viral. And I need y'all to understand how that worked. It went viral because people felt some type of way, but nobody heard what he said. And then here comes Junior. I'm glad Blueface came out and said it. I hate the way he did it, but he did it. In my opinion, Blueface had to separate himself, like I said, from Junior because it was hurting his brand. You can't go on and create new babies when you got this one over here that's messed up. Now, as for Chrisean, this is going to play a harsh role on this image that she has been lying to you guys about. Let me tell you why. Chrisean has been creating this image online that has worked very well for her because she's got a bunch of gullible rockheads who gonna listen to anything that she says. One of the biggest and main ingredients of Chrisean's online persona is that Blueface is her baby daddy. Rather we believe it or not, that's part of her biggest claim to fame on this internet is that Blueface is her baby daddy. So now that Blueface came out here and said, I ain't the baby daddy, this is going to be a problem for Rockhead because if you can lie about that, people with common sense, they're going to say, well, girl, what else did you lie about, girl? Like, what else did you lie about? Now, Chrisean has responded. I'm glad I didn't forget to talk about this. So Chrisean did respond. I'm going to go pull up her response. But she didn't respond to when he said that the baby wasn't his. She responded to a comment right before that, or comments before that, when basically somebody was like, she keeps him or they keep her away from the baby or keep him away from the baby. That's what she responded to. Hold on, let me go pull this up. That's what she originally responded to. And when she responded to that, I said to myself, well, damn, Chrisean, you just took the bait. Because basically, and this is, like I said, prior to Blueface coming out and just being straight up saying that the baby ain't mine, I said, you big dummy, you just ate the bait because he needed you to respond to make him viral. But I didn't think he was going to come back with this. Now, you want what I think happened behind the scenes? I think behind the scenes, they either got into it. He either tried to call her and she wasn't picking up, or he probably tried to get in touch with her and she wasn't playing with him. And he probably came on the internet and played with her like that. Or they had some back scenes or behind the scenes words behind this internet stuff. And he came out here and did what he did and rolled out. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. But anyways, Chrisean did respond. Let's get into that. And she's responding to Karlissa and them basically coming out saying that she wasn't allowing them around the baby. And again, she had been doing so well for the last few months, not responding to Blueface. And like I told you, that soft spot, Junior, because that's where she's been lying the most. So when he brought that out and said that, and they kept tagging and antagonizing about the Junior stuff, boom, she responded. Plus, I believe she responded too because she feels some type of way about the girl Nevaeh being pregnant. Just because she didn't come online and say nothing don't mean she don't feel no type of way. So I believe that's why she responded as well. Now, one thing I saw, Chrisean is like Cardi B. You know how Cardi B told Stephon Diggs good luck when they asked her the day of the Super Bowl? They was like, anything you want to say to Stephon? And she just looked at the camera and said, good luck. And we didn't know at the time that they had already broke up. And then all of a sudden, now Stephon's whole career is in the tubes. That's what it gave when Chrisean came out and was like, the first comment in her story was, pray for Jonathan. Now, you know she don't want you to genuinely pray for Jonathan. That's not what she wants. You heard Andre, Blueface's brother, he said that his biggest enemy, he said Blueface's biggest enemy is Chrisean. That's what he said. He said that Blueface need to watch his back behind her. And he also said that he need to just claim the baby because that girl is something else, okay? So to know that, and then her to turn around and say, oh, pray for Jonathan, Blueface, if I was you, I'd watch my back. I'm just saying. But anyway, she went on to say, let me clear something up. No one is denying anyone access out of spite. As a mother, my responsibility is to protect my child. Less than a week ago, my son was publicly disrespected from Blue, and I will never normalize that. You called him, both of us, dumb on Black Boy Max stream, insinuating our kid is dumb. Then later after that, you made a statement about his hair. Recently, I was invited to multiple events, and I respectfully declined his invitation. Since then, there have been, I told y'all. Since then, there have been attempts to provoke a response. I knew it. I hadn't even read it. Since then, there have been attempts to provoke a response, including public statements that are simply not true. Chrisean didn't write this, though. I'm not interested in going back and forth online. My focus is on raising my son in peace, love, and protection. That will always come first. And then she goes on to say, I'm not diminishing you as a father. This is their DMs. This is her in purple. This must be him in white. I'm not diminishing you as a father, but I'm not going to pretend everything is okay when you've repeatedly disrespected our son publicly for clout. Because of that, I don't trust you around him right now. If you want to lie to the world and deny him because you're upset, she did respond to that, and deny him because you're upset about the boundaries I put in place, that's your choice. But my responsibility is protecting our child and keeping him away from the circus. She says, you lied before and denied him before. It's nothing new. And then he says, over. And then she says, nobody is running from you. I simply put boundaries in place because of the way you've treated me and our son. You keep making everything about you instead of acknowledging the harm that's been done. If I ask for time and space, respect that. I'm honestly still healing from the trauma of everything that's happened. The way you're choosing to act will only harm you in the long run, not us. Lying to hurt us will just hurt you. You just dissed him in that song, and you just talked about his hair. I believe you hate him honestly. I believe Chrisean hates Chrisean Jr. Blueface too, though. And I'm scared of you. She's not. Let me tell you something. Everything Chrisean is writing is for defense. Remember that clear man she swear to God is her godfather, allegedly, according to Ronny, is her real father. I'm pretty sure they're advising her. And this is her way of showing that, he just lying. He know that's our kid. This is all cap. Okay? This is all cap. This is her putting documentation in order to basically paint Blueface out to be this horrible person, and he is, but paint herself out to be the victim and him to be the horrible person. I'm telling you, Blueface, if I was you, I'd watch my back. That bitch got something up her sleeve. That bitch got something up her sleeve. Mark my word. Then he goes on to say, and I'm not scared of you. You're capable of really hurting us. See? For real. I don't know what trap you got. I be like, for real, there's such blah, 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 blah. I can't see in you that hates us. Oh, there's a demon in you that hates us. She's setting it up. You are saying literally anything to make me feel like I'm wrong for putting up boundaries after countless times of you disrespecting our son. I said I don't want to come Saturday because I can't and won't go. You are an evil individual that doesn't deserve to be anywhere near our kid. Dissed him on a song and talked about his hair. Just knew us alone. Oh, just leave us alone. You're a better person. Mark my words, you won't get the chance to hurt him again. Ooh, Blueface, she wants you dead. So go be evil all by yourself. Love is an action. Your action shows you hate our kid. And then he says, oh, you don't got to worry about me bothering you or your son. That's all you. I don't want none to do with that reputation you guys have. Then he says, I'm going to give you exactly what you asking for. She says, Jonathan, you going up against God, not me. Girl, God does not have anything to do with Chrisean Rock, and Chrisean does not have anything to do with the Most High God. I don't know which God she's talking about, but she's not talking about the Most High. I want to clarify that. God is not protecting Chrisean. She is the evil demon that she's swearing to God Blueface is. God don't have nothing to do with that. Because y'all like to run God name through the dirt, and I'm not going to keep letting y'all do it. I don't know what God she talking about, but she ain't talking about the Most High. I just want to add that in. She looked like she's setting that boy up to get killed, if you ask me. That's what it's giving. But it goes on to say, you're going against God, not me. Where was I? This him in a song shows you hate our son. He said, I'm going to give you what you asking for. Oh, she says, Jonathan, you going up against God, not me. He going to give you exactly what you dishing out. She going to do something to that boy. On Jesus Christ, see? I can't be messed with by any demon. You got no power or authority. Be careful. He says, yeah, you good now. Stop talking to me, Chrisean. Okay. Now, mind you, see, Blueface is the kind of narcissist to where he just wanted to get her attention. As long as he got her attention, that was enough. And the fact that she even responded, he good. He golden. He got enough energy off of her to last him at least another 6 months. She gonna do something to that boy. She gonna try to do something to him. I believe it. I don't care what she says. That is not Blueface's baby. She knows it. She knows it. We'll keep our eyes and ears closed or open, posted to this situation to see what in the hell is going on. But I'm telling y'all now, that girl, watch her. I watched how Ronny was alive and healthy, on his way, damn near on his way to the courthouse, and end up dead. This the same girl who wrote in blood on his wall, I love you, Blue, in blood. But y'all like to act like God just be dibbling and dabbling in every old thing. Just because somebody say that they're with God does not mean that they're with God. And just because they say it don't mean they're talking about the God you're talking about. She's an evil bitch. So if I was Blue, I'd watch my back. But with that being said, though, let me read a couple of these super chats. For real. Y'all don't even, man, listen. Adrian off limits, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, but how do we know he is telling the truth now? He keeps lying. You're absolutely right. But I can tell you this. If you can't look at that baby and see that's not Blueface, then I don't know what else to tell y'all. Take Blueface word off the table. There's absolutely nothing for Chrisean Jr. I mean, not an ear, not an essence, not a look. Y'all don't have to have him say it. Just look. Use the 2 eyes God gave you. That is not his baby. And I get it. The internet, if you hear something over and over and over, you might start to believe it. But I just want to tell y'all, that is not that boy's baby. You don't need a DNA. That's not his baby. That's not his baby. You watch the way he is, or at least the way he was making sure that girl took care of them first two. You think if that was really his baby, he would let her smoke and drink for real? I need y'all to be Blueface an evil, dirty ass nigga. I ain't gonna lie. But I don't believe he that dirty to if he thought that was his baby, he'd have let her smoke and drink. I don't think he would have did that. I don't believe it. Not if it was his baby. Now he evil to do it to somebody else's baby. But I highly doubt it that he would do that to his own. He ain't that dirty. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think so. Thank you, Adrian Off Limits. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Truthful, thank you so much for being a member for 17 months. Says, don't worry, boo. Justice will be served. Hashtag Save Junior. Oh, yeah. Everything done in the dark come to the light. And I said about Ronny. I said, Ronny, we going to figure it out. Watch. I said that. She panicking, though. MOB, thank you so much for being a member for 20 months. Says, hey, boo, we got our merch yesterday to go with our heavy boots. Hashtag babe. Hey, y'all make sure y'all hit the link in the chat. Y'all see that link pinned to the top of the chat? Go get y'all some merch. Go cop my merch, babe. Black Americans versus everybody. Okay? Make sure y'all go cop the dolls merch. Go get some. Thank you so much, MOB. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait to see y'all rock it out. You feel me? Thank you, sis. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sis C Smiles, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And thank you again for the super chat. Says Ancestry is putting folks on Front Street with DNA. Facts. Thank you, boo. Appreciate it. Choose Life. Thank you for the super chat. Says a content creator made a video calling Blue a deadbeat, and I said he take care of his kids. It says Junior is Ronnie's baby. They jumped me in the comments because they knew you was right. Because they knew you was right. You could tell, even though he hella inappropriate and hella disgusting and ignorant to Javon, his mannerisms with them kids is different. That's not Blueface. Know that's not his baby. Y'all know that ain't his baby. Thank you, Choose Life, again for the super chat. Hold on. Says I found out I was having a boy at 2 months. He was my son. He was no longer just a baby or it. Facts. I couldn't imagine unaliving at 5 months. Pure evil. And you know at 5 months, that's a whole baby in there moving and swimming. At 5 months, the baby kicking. And she was over there trying to see if it was too late to get an abortion. What you cooking? Thank you for the super chat. Says, boo, I know this off topic. We got to Joe's Amy Luciani, Dwight Howard Monday. She done pulled the white stuff out the bag. He's on it. CPS is now involved. Oh, she's scared now. She had all the red flags. Shake my head. Send me the tea. Send me the information and we gonna Joe sit down to the ground. You got to know it. Make sure y'all pull up and pop out tomorrow. But with that being said, though, I got to get up off of here. We're at 2 hours. But I hate to say I told you so, but I do. I love it at the same time. But at the end of the day, now we'll see where this goes forward from here. Where do we go from here? Now that Blueface has came out and said that he's not this child's baby, does Chrisean go on, continue the illusion that this baby belonged to him? Probably. But we'll see on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. With that being said, though, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Holla at me tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like the video. Shout out the replay gang. Love y'all down to the ground. You got to know it. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, blaze.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up. Then it bust it open, lift it up. Yeah. Come on, lift it up. Then
it, bust it open for your B-O-Y. Bend it, 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 for you, rock it for you, lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bossa now. Come on, Blaze, so you know. Drop me a nasty beat.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.